All right, let's see what game we'll be introducing today. What the fuck? Okay, that's better. Let's see what this game is about. Oh, shit. Fuck. I don't want to have to do this again. I don't want to do this again. No, don't. I don't want more. Great. Awesome. Super lovely. Let's go again. Shit. Damn it. F me. Shit. Fine. Well, clearly this is gonna go well. My bad gameplay aside, Prison Architect is a game that I've actually enjoyed in the past, so I'm glad I get to cover it in one of these videos. I want to avoid showing any bias towards my rating, so we'll be breaking down and reviewing 3 key areas to the game. What is the game about, and how do you play the game? What happens when you push the limits of the game? And what does the future of the game look like? So, without further ado, here's a bullcrap introduction to Prison Architect. Jumping right in, Prison Architect is a game about saving the world from various monsters, creatures, and... It's a game about building a prison. I mean, it's in the name. What'd you expect? You can learn the game in one of 2 ways. One of the ways is by diving straight into running a prison from scratch, which, believe it or not, is my preferred way to play. Here, you get to customize your starting conditions, warden bonus, and other attributes, giving the easier or harder experience that you're looking for. Or, if you prefer a more structured tutorial, you can begin by exploring the campaign. The campaign takes a unique approach to teaching you the game's mechanics. You explore riots, reforming prisoners, and other mechanics through some subplots and interconnected stories that teach you how to manage a prison. It's a short story, but it's cool to see how they segue between a mob boss family, a broken set of criminal brothers, and a politician who really wants you to clean up the relaxed management of certain prisons. Besides the weirdly deep story of the game, you learn the basics. Build and manage an ever-expanding prison with whatever cursed or wholesome goal you may have in mind. As of my most recent looking over of the game, it looks as though updates have been slowed down or all around stopped. But despite the lack of additional base content, this game does seem to have a lot more going for it. The base game gives you building and management of a prison, but you can try escaping them too. You can browse other possibilities by purchasing DLC packs, exploring the various online maps you can download and run through, or you can go crazy with modded content. I personally haven't dived far into the online community of the game, but I'm sure there's some crazy ass ideas out there. So after learning the basics, you begin to wonder, what happens when you push the limits of the game? Well, as you can imagine, building a prison can vary quite a lot in difficulty. But sometimes, you build the perfect setup, and you want to see how quickly things can fall apart. One of the easiest ways that I've seen is by forgetting that your intake is still accepting more prisoners, despite the fact that you don't have nearly any of the funds or capacity available for them. So then you get to play the game of, how many officers do you need to buy to keep everyone subdued while your workers take their sweet-ass time building more cells? Not gonna lie, restarting the final chapter over and over again nearly drove me insane. So now that we know how far the game goes, what does the future of the game look like? Well, things aren't looking too promising. The first Prison Architect is basically done, and the reviews, at least as of late, seem like they're getting a lot more mixed. I did notice that they do have a second game coming out, hopefully soon, and it's being worked on, but after watching the trailer, I can't say that I'm thrilled about the direction they're taking. Honestly, it gives me the same vibes as those garbage Smiths ads that we were seeing everywhere for a while. The similarity is uncanny. But besides a questionable sequel, the base idea of Prison Architect really doesn't have any more directions I think that it can go. You make the game more in depth? Sure. Maybe make the escaping portion of the game more immersive? I mean, that'd probably help. You could try fixing the cramming of entities so that riots and fights feel more intense and interesting. Frankly, I'd like to see that, but no matter how you try to expand the game, Prison Architect feels like one of those games you stash away and then randomly dust off years later when the nostalgia hits. So in conclusion, I think that Prison Architect is a well-rounded game that was an incredible standout for its time. It hasn't aged as well as some of the other builder games, and with the competition that's out there right now, I doubt that the sequel is going to have the same impact as the original. I mean, there's a plethora of games that are pushing the bounds and limits to what the hardware in today's age is capable of doing, let alone if it's worth buying. So simply making the original game three-dimensional, it's not that big of a deal nowadays. So while I'm not expecting much, I'm still hoping to be pleasantly surprised. But as a final rating, I believe that Prison Architect receives 6 rioting prisoners out of 10. Did you enjoy the video? If you did, go ahead and hit the like button and let me know what your thoughts were down in the comments. You could write what you think about the game or how wrong my rating is. You should also subscribe. It's free and immensely helps out the channel. If you're wanting to talk with other like-minded people about video games, go ahead and join the Discord. You can find the link in my profile, and I'd like to see what sort of positive community we could build. But otherwise, that's it for this video. So I hope you're having, or have had, a wonderful day. See ya.